From there, he went on toward the hills east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord, and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out and continued towards the Negev. This is just like give us a general direction. He's from north, right? Then you see, like on the when he reached the mountain, when he reached some kind of landmark, there is a huge oak tree. Then from there, that's kind of like a 0 point, XYZ, that's 0 point. Then he go left, go right. So he made some kind of mark, kind of like a dog pee, And at that time, it's just dog pee. Basically human mark. So altar and a tent, only human can make it, not animal can make it. So he claimed his territory, claimed his souvenir for this land, and also make a mark. My capacity I can reach. Then he keep sweep to south. That's the sentence. And why he make a tent, I don't know. Why he make a altar, I don't know. He can make an altar west side. He can make a tent east side. Yeah, I think probably usually people make an altar east side, because they believe altar should be more holy, right? Something when the morning sun, the first sun reach, shining the altar, that's receive my worship, whatever. So I think that time, that kind of culture, it's already embedded in humans' gene, memory, and certain direction, certain words has certain definition, and it's just passed generation by generation. Also, I think here maybe we can explain why God at the very far beginning, he set up the stars to manage the earth. He also explains why we have so many souls, and so many souls are similar, but they are different. But after certain amount of statistically, they have a similarity, and they have a circle. So it's kind of like talking about the zodiac stone, blood type, or the lunar symbolic things, people's character similarity. They have like a palm reading, or those. I think it's the reason is because all those stars, all those zodiac, they have they are regular, right? They have own characters or own frequency, and then people's blood type. How many? Major 4 types, right? And so 4 times 12, 48. Then you have maybe east or west, nighttime or daytime. It's a little different. Presents like the frequency is different. Another 2. Then so every soul with the frequency, it's kind of like this. Our soul is the battle product of the heaven and earth, the will, right? The will product, the product. So when you have the product, it's momentarily affected by the frequency, the starlights, the ground, those your blood type, whatever, those things. So we have a very different character, personalities, but generally, overall, after certain time period, maybe in Chinese like lunar year, it's 60 years, and so after certain time, certain amount, the sampling, you will see some similarity, very close character, very close, like way of people even look same, something. I think that's some called reincarnation, or some. I think that's just my rough explanation. Oh, that's what I think. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while, because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but will let you live. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you. Just these couple sentences made me think a lot. I mean, a lot. Firstly, God like is supposed to send Abram to a place, so he's supposed to build a country, make a kind of like a great whatever, right? Kind of like we play game. And do you want a really hard setting? You don't have much equipment. Well, I think that mostly when we think about we are blessed, right? Or some God bless me, or they supposed to give me some good weapon, good armor, good like a resource, then I can do it. But it's interesting. God does this opposite way. Opposite way. You know, think about it. He sent the king wander around, then build a city, right? He let Noah, let Noah suffer a couple years of, I don't know how many years, 150 years, 50 or 70, 50 years of like loneliness, and people were laughing, mocking him. Yeah, it's interesting. The way of they do is really interesting. So that make me recall a Chinese like a sage, Mencius. He's like 2,300 years ago. I guess 2,300, 400 years ago. The person, the very famous his verse is he talk about the. Should I say? Let me check. Give me a second. Oh yeah. He said, talk about, therefore, when heaven is about to entrust this person with a great responsibility, he must first strain his mind and the will, strain his muscles and the bones, starve his body and the skin, deplete his body, and messed up his actions. Therefore, if his mind and the forbearance are tempted, he will benefit what he cannot do. Not many people can handle this. That's what I say. Because firstly, how many people after the hard labor and their body, they suffer from hungry, tiredness, and their will still stray on the path? Not many, right? I'm give up. Then how many people the career fail? They work hard, they whatever their motivation. How many people will keep the motivate? Not many, right? Then another is they're like his tempt. How many people will be can handle the temptation and will still believe what I do is right? I don't know. It's a very rare selection, very hard selection for them. So we see like a for Abram, that's what I notice when the ways he crossed the river to the Canaan and start to do all the things, including all the starving things, all the famine. I think it's kind of like he's on the path of test trial. Yeah, because he has to go through all the hard labor things and all the tiredness and people questioning him about it. And when they expected to follow him to a land with all like a full resources, but actually, you know what? You have like a you have a starving, you have a disease, you have no resources. So what's going on? So they have to go down to the Egypt, and at that time, Egypt is a very unique place because Egypt is basically it's in a kind of the outside is desert, right? It's ocean, whatever, but it's kind of like within a valley, kind of like it's well protected, and they have the river of Nile, and given them good like the harvesting. So Egypt is really, I would say, is a kind of like a is well developed, and it can feed a lot of people. That's what I understand, and so naturally by nature, and Abraham said, okay, I can't go back. Why? Because they are outcasted, or those people they separate from the main tribe, right? They can't go back, that many people, so they have to find some way to survive, and that this land is not good for them. So it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong to find a way to survive. But in here, I'm kind of feel a little interesting about that part, about Abram, his character. Uh, he talked to his wife. He said, "Oh, you are beautiful." Well, it's normal. The wife is beautiful. And the Egyptian will will take his life. I checked the Bible. That time, Abram is 75, right? 75, maybe a little more. And his wife, Sarai, about 10 or 15 years younger than him. So she's about 60 years old, 60, 65 years old. It's a grandma, okay? Or it's normal people, it's a grandma. Or should I say, it's at the least it's not young women, younger anymore, right? So it's interesting how hungry Egyptian they will be to kill Abram for a older lady. I mean, even that time people can live like a little longer than us, but still human, you know, you degenerate, your body getting older. So no matter how you freeze your age, how you keep yourself like young, 60, and you can't tell the difference between women 60 and the what 30 and the 20 in teenage, right? You can tell the difference. But how could he still worry about, well, you are beautiful, so they're gonna kill me? It's what kind of mind is. Then second is, yeah, Sarai indeed is Abram's sister. Yes, that time because not many female available, so they have to incest. They have to marry with their sister to breed, and that brings up another interesting topic about human gene, because I highly believe human gene at the very far beginning is different. It's very different. Yeah, I think human gene at the very far age is kind of like a very condensed, a very dense kind of something with a lot of information within it. So even you kind of incest, even you marry like well, take off the social rule, the moral, all the things off. Even the very close bloodline incest, the offspring, I think it's the possibility to have a deficiency is not that high. Not that high. Then after kind of generation, the gene, right, start to like a diluted, kind of, or decompress, or should I say the words. Also the information contains within the gene getting less and less, or more precise. Then at this time, a little mismatch will cause handicap and retard or some like issue, right? So I think we are getting like our gene getting simpler. Yeah, that explains the ancient time. They may have those close relation marriage. Even like in Egypt, they have a sister and a brother. The royal family they married. Yeah, their offspring may have some kind of issues, right? But still okay. It's not. It's a bearable. Okay, yeah. That's the issue. Then another thing is when Abram talked to Sarai, old lady. Okay, yeah. They say, okay, because you are beautiful, so they're gonna what? They're gonna kill me, take you. That sounds like that kind of Egypt. It's more like a more well-developed country because they do not support. Sounds like a do not support incest. So they knew Abraham is a brother, so there is no threat to them. So they can take a Sarai, they can mate with Sarai, right? And so there is no problem. Also, Asian time people develop their relation or expand their power through the marriage, through those kind of relationships. So they will give Abraham more like more benefits. They will let him spare his life. But if Abraham is his husband, it's a threat, right? Because that's wife, that's Abraham's property or belong to him. So if they want a woman, they want to get rid of what? Some threat. But for me, like I feel really like kind of like don't you feel like it's kind of odd? A man, okay, talk to his wife this way, kind of like okay, since you are a sister, you can sleep with somebody else, or I can say, well, that sounds like a pimp daddy, or yeah, even I feel like a pimp, kind of like a pimp, or yeah, that kind of feeling, really bad feeling. uh, that's that made me feel like another about the character of a Jewish. I'm not against it, but I just feel like probably that's within their gene. They will give up a lot of things. They will trade. They will give up. Even they will kneel down for surviving. Yeah, and that's the. You can say it's called grit. It's the character of a grit. But when you really give up some kind of principle, some rules to survive, I don't like it. I don't like this kind of things because it's evil. It's evil. You can give explanation. Oh yeah, I survived and I redefine everything. I give all the definition. I say good about it. But you know what? Back that moment, you actually use your soft bone, and you give up, right? And I think that's the way of they measure their success or not survive. Also, also when we do some analysis, we always try to look from a bigger picture. Actually, that's what I always say. That's the criteria when we analyze the Bible. Always like put the four parties within, right? Yeah. So God is the one. He said, "Okay, I give you a mission. You better go. You need to do something, and that's the place you should do. That's the game I want you to play." And but what about the first reaction about the earth, the land? Well, I generate something oppose you, against you first. So you know what? I give you the famine, right? Firstly, the human, you need to eat first. You need to eat first. So I don't give you enough resources. So you're not eating well. Then it directly shake down your face or the word, or make the people just lost their direction. When people's hungry, they will fighting for anything to eat. So they will give up their principle to find something to fulfill their hunger. So that's the first thing earth will do. Okay, it's easy. It's very easy, because the land is cursed. Remember at the very far beginning, God said, okay, curse the land. Okay, sure. Then just release the curse. Very simple. And what about the fallen angel parts they will do? Yeah, fallen angel, they will direct it due to the humans. Due to the human, generates what? Generates a doubt, generates like those forbearance, generates questions, the logic negation, right? So, well, I'm gonna go to Egypt to survive. Egypt is much better. This place is not good. See, that's the doubtful things. And another thing is, well, Egyptian, they are very evil. They lust. They will take my women or something, right? So I may need to lie to hide this. So we already see there are like three parties start to working. Just Abram, he's the one like in the middle, in the center, get a throw within the great wave in the ocean, kind of like a little small boat, get a throw everywhere. So I think like it is hard, or it's not necessarily happy for people to take the great responsibility from heaven, really, because you have to face all those test trial. You have to get a throw back forth, and I don't know, is that worse or not? Yeah, I'd rather be a happy little maggot, drink some tea. That's what I thought. When Abram came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that she was a very beautiful woman. And when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake. And Abram acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, men servants and maid servants, and camels. Yeah, right here, right? I'm kind of have this picture. Abram sold her wife, sister, for a good price. Okay, very good price. Think about it. A woman can trade you donkeys, male donkey, female donkey, male servant, female servant, and all kinds of things. At the beginning, Abram, he just want to survive. He want to survive in Egypt because of he thought he can give his wife to others trade, so her wife can talk good, kind of like some lady sleep beside you, talk somebody's good, whatever. So I'd be nice. That's very normal, right? So that's his first expectation. But obviously, Sarai, she's very beautiful, so beautiful. That lady, she's about 60 years old, I believe. Still that beautiful. And the expectation for Egyptian, the tasting for Egyptian are very unique. Because that aged lady, they still think is very beautiful, and they took her to the palace. And what Pharaoh did is for her sake. Do you think, I checked the Pharaoh's average age of a Pharaoh, right? The average is 40 years old. They not live long. And even the Pharaoh is a little older, is older than that, but just put yourself as a Pharaoh. Put yourself as a Pharaoh. Think about it. Do you think you're gonna you're gonna see a old lady? No, I don't want to discriminate, but you know what, she is old. Okay, a 60 years old lady, and you are so amazed about her beauty, then you know what, I'm just give Abram a lot of cattle, camel, servant, whatever. No, it's not a good trade. It's not a good deal. Pharaoh is rich, but Pharaoh is not stupid. So there is something hidden within it. They don't want to say it, but you know what? Today I have to say it. Abram, basically Sarai, her job is the escort, and Abram sold her for a good price. Also, I believe Sarai may have a really good bad skill, okay? Very good bad skill. So Pharaoh is so happy. That's the reason, for her sake, Abram get a lot of award. Think about it. You're gonna go to the restaurant without eat the food, and you're gonna give you're gonna pay the money, or if the waiter, waitress not treat you nice, not serve you well, you gonna give a good tip? Hell no, right? It's very simple. Pharaoh is a human, but Pharaoh is not stupid. So also, when Pharaoh's official took Sarai to the palace, they not took her for one day, for one night, because that's normal procedure, safety procedure. You are a stranger, even you are a woman. I have to make sure you clean. I have to make sure you have no evil attention. I have to make sure you are not pregnant, whatever. They have to go through all the procedures. So Sarai has to go there, get a clean, get a checkup, maybe wait for a couple of days. That's the reason. And Pharaoh has to try her. Well, for one night, I don't know. Maybe 2 nights, maybe 3 nights, I don't know. But at the least, Sarah make Pharaoh happy. So when Pharaoh is happy, for 60 years old, the frozen age lady, I don't know. I just still feel like weird about the story. Then Pharaoh said, okay, where you come from, right? Yeah, I came from Israel. Oh, no, the northern. My brother is Abram. He's waiting outside. Yeah, he's expecting live here, whatever. So that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Then Pharaoh said, okay, yeah, you make me happy, you make him good. Okay, yeah, give him some more money, give him more servants, let him live like a what, noble. Because that's the these kind of rewards. It's not for regular rewards. You reward people what? Food, you reward people money or animal something, but you don't reward them servant. So when Pharaoh reward Abram's servants made those kind, it indicates that's the total different type of reward. It's kind of like I recognize you as my part of my noble or whatever, that level of a family. So you will have a certain recognition. That's Abraham got from the deal from the Sarah. Then from the Sarai and the Abraham, Pharaoh, those stories, right? I start to think about the issue. It's a very serious issue. It's called legalize the prostitution. I highly believe prostitution is one of the oldest job in human history. Yeah, another the assassination. So these two jobs, basically male and female, human, okay, they trade their body, traded their life, traded their body, because they have no another capital they can use. So the only thing they can use is their body, directly their body or their life, in exchange of what? Living. Well, someone doing good, so they're living well. Someone not doing good, so they struggle. But at least, kind of like a business, you run it. You manage it, you manage the time, you have schedule, you treat yourself, whatever. So that's the oldest job. And I would say there is two honest jobs. Why? Because when you do prostitution, well, either you give layout good or not good. Anyway, you still need to give, right? You need to give a job. And when you do the assassination, you need to put your life on the line, and you get killed, you're killed. Simple. So those things, there is nothing to cheat. Nothing can cheat. Well, at the beginning, right now probably a little bit complicated, but at the beginning, those two are honest job. Even in the ancient time, I think the prostitution is really, especially I remember in what age? Ming Dynasty, they are well organized. They pay tax. They have a health check. So, and they can marry. They can do all, just like a regular job. Matter is you just have a deal with, use a different service type. That's it. But the reason why right now we think prostitution is not good, something, or try to ban the prostitution, I think because of no management. Because of some people, they want to do it themselves, and run the business, and without being managed, without legalized, and they might not do it. They want to make easy, quick money, and they kind of like, what should I say? Yeah, the food, no FDA certified. Okay, I have to say that. Yeah, so I still think legalized prostitution is very important. It will reduce a lot of social stress, and a lot of create like a stable, very stable like a society. Kind of think about Denmark, Germany, and those countries. They legalize prostitution and well, the sex crime, those it's largely reduced, right? Now, because people, I will say this, if you want something, you always want something. If you can't get something, right, the something you can't get it became value. So it's one way is like a wife is less than a affair, then affair less than cannot get it. Just you just in your imagination. Those are bad circles. So when you put the sex, these desire on the table as a regular business, when people get released, use a certain way to release, and a lot of issue will be reduced. Well, that's just outside the Abram and the Sarai, and also I think I still like wonder why God through those people tell the story about Sarai, because obviously Sarai is an escort, and obviously Sarai sleep with Pharaoh, and obviously Abram is a pimp daddy, and he get a. But why God allow this happen? So is that time actually? Should I say God doesn't give a shit about this? I think he just like because there's those human relationship, I think, or those actions, it's nothing to do with heaven's plan. So you can mess around, you can mess around, you can play around, you can sleep around, but the problem is there is a social rule, the consequence to limit your behavior. But within the heavens, God's eyes, those are nothing. So that's what I feel.